Prime Minister's visit to Moscow for the 22nd India-Russia bilateral meeting. Let's take you right through the story. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Russia on Monday for his first visit to the country in almost 5 years since his last visit in 2019. This two-day visit to Moscow also marks his first bilateral trip overseas, a first in the third term that he has secured. Now, on his arrival at Moscow's Vnukovo-II VIP airport, PM Modi was received by the first Deputy Prime Minister, Denis Manturov, and accorded a Tri-Services Guard of Honor. In fact, in a rather rare gesture, he also accompanied the Prime Minister to the hotel room from the airport in the same car. Ahead of holding the 22nd India-Russia summit on Tuesday, President Putin hosted Modi for a private meeting and dinner at his dacha, or country home as they call it, in the suburb of Vnukovo-II on Monday night, which is a rare honor reserved by the Russian president for only a handful of visiting leaders. In fact, for the first time, glimpses of Putin's private residence were shown to the world. Located in the outskirts of Moscow, Putin's private residence is surrounded by forests with several air defense systems deployed. It is believed to have bunkers that can withstand nuclear attacks and several kilometers long tunnels. While Western countries have been trying to isolate Putin, Modi and Putin were seen embracing each other. Prime Minister Modi and President Putin watched a traditional Russian horse show and then took a ride in a battery car around Putin's private residence, with Putin himself driving the battery cart. Post this, Prime Minister extended a token of gratitude to the President via his post on social media platform X, where he said, and I quote, "I look forward to tomorrow's negotiations, which will undoubtedly strengthen the friendship between India and Russia." Going by the External Affairs Minister S. Shankar and the speculations that are doing the rounds, the focus of this particular visit is on economic agenda, including cooperation in energy, trade, manufacturing and fertilizers. The other important aspect that shall be stressed upon by the Indian side is the solution to the Ukrainian conflict. Today, the Prime Minister's engagements will begin with an interaction with the Indian community. He will lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier at the Kremlin and then visit the Rosatom Pavilion at exhibition venue in Moscow, highlighting the latest advances in nuclear energy. In fact, you can see visuals of celebrations having started in Russia with regards to the Prime Minister's visit. Now, as part of the annual summit, Modi and Putin will both be holding restricted conversations and discussions, which will be followed by delegation-level talks. As per Russia's state-owned TASS news agency, both leaders are expected to hold discussions around noon. There will be a private conversation as well as Russian-Indian talks over an official breakfast, is what had been said by the spokesman of Kremlin, Dmitry Peskov. The last summit between two leaders was held on December 6, 2021 in New Delhi when President Putin visited India. At the time, the summit saw both sides sealing as many as 28 MOUs and agreements.